Good evening, everyone, or good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us from. My name is David, and I'm here from Ideas. So you've all joined us because you either attended one of our events, Ideas Fest, or you've come through one of our programs. It's lovely to see so many people here. Some names I already recognize. So hi, Dan, nice to see you. Always good to recognize a few people. So this evening's webinar is going to be, I'm just going to click that off, is going to be hosted by our friends at Keap. So Keap CRM. So I've talked till I'm blue in the face about the importance of keeping data secure and also being able to utilize it to the best of its ability. And most businesses fail on being able to accurately maintain their records, to be able to use that information so productively, so to be able to speak to their customers or their potential customers. And also a lot of that time is often wasted in admin. So where people are taking a lot longer to respond to potential leads than would ideally be the case. Because we know in this day and age that speed is extremely important. And there's some really good studies to demonstrate how even a hot prospect can tail off quite quickly if they're not responded to. And all of those things are things that Keap are able to help with and can really make a big difference in your business. So I don't want to hold too much of this time up. This is going to run. Darin's going to talk for about 40-ish minutes. He's told me he's very good at timekeeping, so I'm going to hold him to that. There's a little stopwatch in the corner, Darin. And then we'll have some time for questions. If anyone has any questions whilst Darin is talking, please pop them in the chat feature. And the wonderful Janae, who's one of Darin's colleagues, will be answering them. Oh, I can see some new other people. Hi, Lisa. Nice to have you here. Yeah, it's quite a few names I recognize, which is lovely. So without much further ado, Darin, would you like to share your screen and take over?
I'd love to. I just got a message from Janae. She said, I can't access chat. So I don't know if there's something
Oh,
that you have to give her special permissions or
missions.
something
I
to
will let me. Oh, I think this might actually be. So there's not two David Williams, and my image is not actually Frankie James. So Frankie's probably joined us on my account, and I'm on her account. So just to confuse everyone just ever so slightly, I'll have a look into that. If you want to start, Darin, and I will look into the access.
I'll do it. You work your magic. I'll take it from here. Welcome everybody. I'm gonna pop up this and let me see, show you this over here and click that there. Hopefully you can all see that. What I'm looking forward to doing and helping all of you today, get organized, get customers, and get paid. That's what this is all about. We want to make sure that we're exactly like David said, you get organized when you have the right CRM, you have the right tools that helps you get customers in, and that helps you make more money. I got to meet some of you when we were just over there at Ideas Fest. Whether you were there or not, it was great. This is the first morning when we were here. By the way, that guy in the middle, Jamie, I'm going to talk about him in a second. Everybody was setting up there. This was when the weather was still actually nice, and then you can see the rain pouring down, and people are huddling trying to get under the tent, which actually made it even better because we were able to have great conversations and show a lot of you some of the things you can do when you get organized to help you get customers, to help you get paid. And Keap CRM. The CRM is part of the tool that I'm going to be talking about, but I'm going to be talking a whole lot more. I guarantee you, I'm going to share some things with you today. I assume some of you don't know these. You're going to be taking notes. You're going to be taking pictures of the screen. You're going to be like, I'm going to show you some examples of some people who use Keap CRM to do some of these things to see amazing results. So it looks like Janae is in indeed. So as I go through, if you have questions, we can get to questions at the end, but if you have questions you're thinking about right then, feel free just to jump in, fire the question off at Janae. She'll answer your question. If you were at Ideas Fest, Janae was with me as well. And so maybe you even met her already. So
Just
just
for
fire the questions
clarification,
off.
Darin.
Wait, what?
Just for clarification, it was my mistake. It's not the chat, it's the Q&A. So just
Oh,
super clear. There's a Q&A button in your bot in your at the bottom of your screens. That's the one to use.
okay. I never want to send people to the wrong place. So go to Q&A for the Q's and we'll provide the A's for you there. I want you to picture this, okay? A picture. If you went to Ideas Fest or didn't go to Ideas Fest, pretend Pretend like next year you're at Ideas Fest. Maybe you've got a booth there. Maybe you're on a stage somewhere. Maybe you're speaking. Maybe even if it's not that, but you've got your moment. Maybe a post you put on social media goes viral. Maybe you partner with someone else. And all of a sudden, you're getting a lot of attention. You're getting a lot of traffic. You're getting a lot of traction and people looking to you, people signing up, people interested, like more than you were planning on. And what does that look like? I mean, literally, if you had 1,000 leads come in today, that's a dream come true. Are you prepared for that? How do you follow up with those people? How do you get in touch with those people? How do you make offers to those people? That is your dream. That's what you hope for. But oftentimes, we're not really prepared for that. We're crossing our fingers for that moment. And then we're like, oh, it's like a train wreck now because I didn't know what to do. I have spoken with entrepreneurs around the world, almost every continent. I have coached small business owners and entrepreneurs, and they almost all have the same three challenges. And so that's what I want to walk through today with you and show you what those are and how to overcome them. Number one is just a lack of consistent follow up. When you think of leads that come through, how many do you really get back with? Or how many fall through the cracks? Or you wake up at night and say, oh, I forgot to get back with so and so. Or this person reached out to me and I didn't talk to them. Or I had 17 people today and that was more than I could reach out to. And so now they've all gone cold. Exactly like Dave was saying. You've got to reach out immediately. And part of the problem, first biggest problem, is you're just not doing the follow up. Second problem is you have an inefficient process that is not scalable. So maybe you're selling some kind of coaching program or something, or some kind of product. And that's great if one or two people want that. But what happens if one or 200 people want that? And are you able to scale? Do you have the right systems in place to help that? That's the second problem that people have. Because oftentimes we start off just sort of piecing things together and we sort of limp along until like, oh, I'm out of control. I don't really know what I'm doing. I can't handle this anymore. And then the third problem that almost everyone has is there are not enough hours in the day. And you say, I just need another me. I need an assistant. I need to hire someone to do the things. I need to duplicate me. If those three challenges are ones that you can relate to, I want to solve all of those for you today. I want to show you how you can set the systems in place to take care of all three of those things. Let's start with lack of consistent follow-up. Remember, that's the first one. This is where leads are falling through the cracks and you think of all the people that you didn't get back with. One of my good friends, Lisa Nichols. I don't know if you've ever heard of Lisa Nichols. She was on the Oprah Winfrey show over here. You might know Oprah. And Lisa had a problem. She went on the Oprah Winfrey show, woke up the next morning to have tens of thousands of emails in her inbox. At least it was very early in her process. And she didn't even give her email address out. Somehow, tens of thousands of people got it and reached out to her. And do you know how many people she got back to and got in touch with them? Not a single one. Zero. She didn't have anything set up to do that. And that's when it dawned on her, a lost lead is a lost sale. What do you sell? What is a customer worth to you? Is it worth $100 or $1,000? And that depends on whatever your business might be. But now I want you to think of every one of those leads that you didn't follow up with, like Lisa, who had tens of thousands of them that she didn't reach out to. And now picture whether it's just one or two or three, how much better would your business be had you followed up with any of those people? So now, if you go to Lisa's website, she says, hey, what are you interested in? You want to create more abundance? Click on that blue button. She segments them and takes them to a landing page. I want to create more impact and income. She segments them and sends them to a landing page. Now she's got all the leads. This can happen all day long. And all of the automation, the follow-up is built in. So she never lets another lost lead become a lost sale for her. Let me tell you about Will. When I was over at the UK at Ideas Fest, I got connected to Will. Maybe you know Will. He has a company called Super Profits. He coaches businesses and individuals on how to be better with their money and how to make more money and take care of the money that they have. Now, Will, you go to one of his websites. He has different companies. This one's called Super Profits. Will has a great little tool that we love called the Score app, and he has a scorecard where you're able to do this. And I know that some of you have Score app and you have scorecards where you're able to do basically what we call a quiz funnel. You get people in through a quiz. Now I'm going to show you his example. Part of this is quiz funnel Score app related, part of it not. So if you have Score app, great. You can like understand that. If you don't, that's okay. We'll catch up with you in a second. So he says, take the the super profits scorecard, which is a little quiz. So this is a lead capture for him. Maybe you don't have this. Maybe you just have an opt-in form. Maybe you have a landing page you direct people to. If you don't have an opt-in form or a landing page, you need to get one immediately. That's how you capture leads. And you could do it with a scorecard. So he says, fill out this little information. He asks me a couple of questions. I answer the questions and he says, okay, I've got your result for you. You scored a 77%. Now, he knows that. He segments me in his database. Everybody who takes the quiz is all going to go in his CRM. They use Keap. They integrate with Keap. So Keap and the Score app connect perfectly. So all those leads go over here. And then he says, okay, this is Darin. He got a 77. That's a good score. I'm going to put him over here. And I have this follow-up that's going to go out to him because I want to be able to help him moving forward after that. So he sends a message out. Hey, you want to know more? John and Will and I are talking about all these things that we're doing. And then he has an email that says, hey, exciting news. You've completed the first steps of the Super Profits program. And you can see at the bottom, you can see results of your thing, but you can sign up for this program. By the way, Will is not sending this email out himself. Okay. This is all just happening automatically. Now, if I didn't get a good score, like I got a 15, now he has me segmented in a different part of his CRM. It's all the same part, but now these people are segmented. These are the people who need a different kind of help. So the emails that go out to those people are going to be different than the people who got the 77 or the high scores on that quiz. Now, he also knows if someone started but didn't finish. Hey, you started your Super Profit scorecard but didn't quite finish. So he can nudge them to make sure they go forward and still do that. Maybe someone started to sign up for the program because that's his product, that's where he makes money, but they didn't finish. So he has a reminder about that. We noticed you were just about to join the Super Profits program, but you didn't quite finish your purchase. Click here if you want to complete your order and save 10%. Once again, John and his partner, John and Will, they're not physically doing that. That's all built into the automation process. They also want people to book a call. So he says, hey, you can book a 1-hour free coaching call. Click on this, fill in the information. Thanks for submitting this. Here's a calendar you can book inside of Keap. There's a calendar booking link that you can book and connect all those things together in addition. But once again, he knows if you didn't finish that. You started the process of booking your free clarity plan to call with me, but it seems like you didn't get around to putting anything on the calendar. So he can make sure people do that. Whatever it is that he wants people to do, he makes sure that they get reminded of that, whether it's taking the scorecard app, maybe the score quiz, the quiz funnel, signing up for the program, booking an appointment. All of those things are built in. So as soon as they get in, an opportunity is created inside of Keap in the CRM. This is a sequence. This is sort of what we call a campaign or a flow, a funnel, the start of the funnel. You can see somebody comes in at the left, and then you can see nudge 1, nudge 2. Those are the nudges. Like, hey, you didn't sign up. You didn't do such and such. Whatever the thing is, and inside that little square is in the email that says, hey, I noticed you started, but you didn't finish. If they started to sign up for the program, they put things in a shopping cart. This is what we call a cart abandoned campaign. So I put things in. I was thinking about signing up for the program or buying a product or whatever it is that you do. Then this is a campaign that says, hey, remember that email that went out? You didn't actually purchase. Hop back in and here's the discount to help you do that. This is a campaign designed to do that. Or if it's just getting someone to buy the program, here's a series of emails. Boom, boom. But every one of those green squares is another email that says, hey, I'd love to have you be part of the program. Hey, you forgot to sign up for the program. Hey, let me help you sign up for the program. When we talk about we're not following up with people like Lisa, who had tens of thousands of emails that she didn't follow up with, this is the follow-up that you need. You never wake up in the middle of the night and say, oh, I forgot to get back with so-and-so, because the automation is following up for you. You have that all completely built into it. I was talking to Will. I said, what are you seeing on the results? He says, we get 200 to 500 leads weekly. I want you to remember, I want you to picture in your mind what that would be like in your business. If you had 500 leads coming in a week, and how do you follow up with them? With him, of course, with Will, it's all automated. Everything is segmented. Here are the people who got this score. Here are the people that got this score. We have a nudge campaign that says, hey, remember, do the next step, take the next step. We have a 52-week nurture campaign. I just showed you a part of it. Here's the email every single week. So Will's staying top of mind with them. They're never going to forget about him. There's the cart abandon sequence. That was the one where like, hey, you started to buy, but you didn't. And then once they sign up, there's a whole email welcome sequence. Welcome, we're happy to have you here. Here are the next steps, and here's how we can help you. He told me, he says, we can now be time efficient with the people we want to spend time with and not waste our time with the wrong people. See? Now, this is what happens when you automate that follow-up and have the nurture goes out and have your welcome goes out. This is what happens when you do that. Um, Now, follow-up doesn't do any good if people aren't getting your messages. So email deliverability is a must. I'm going to diverge here for a second to give you a couple tips on email deliverability and getting people to read your emails. Email deliverability, by the way, is not, if you have somebody that sends your emails that, you have like MailChimp or something, and they say we have 95%, that does not mean 95% of the emails are going to someone's inboxes. It merely means that they've taken these emails and they've delivered them to Gmail or Outlook or Yahoo or whatever, and they've dropped them on the porch. That's all that means, email delivery. It doesn't mean things are getting in. So you got to make sure that you have good emails with good content and they're using good providers to get them in. Your email reputation is key for that. So here are a couple tips for you. Jay Schwedelson is one of our partners. If you start a subject line with a number, it's going to increase your open rates by 20%. So 7 tips for effective emails. If you have a number, it implies authority. It implies credibility that someone's like, oh, they know what they're talking about. It also, I know there's going to be 7 tips. It's not going to be some rambling email about something. I'm getting 7 tips if I open that email. So that will increase your open rates by about 20%. You can also use emojis in your subject line. That will increase your open rates by up to 25%. Not a lot of promotional emails, business emails, are using emojis. So it will catch people's attention. There's a better chance more people will open them. Do not go overboard. Two emojis is about all you're allowed. More than that, and it seems a little bit excessive. You can also even do brackets. Brackets are a new trend right now. So putting some brackets around some words or the entire subject line will also increase your open rates. If you want to use something like this was all caps on one word in a subject line. So this was my nightmare last night. Put everything in all caps. That catches people's attention. We found this can increase open rates by 21%. And then also a PS is the second most read part of any email. Let me explain to you how people read an email. And you might, how do I know that? We send billions of emails every year. Like we'll probably send 10 billion emails this year. We have the authority, we have the data, we can process this and see how this happens. So someone has to figure out, do I want to read an email? By the way, the PS is the second most read part. The most read part is your subject line. So that's why I just covered the subject line tips for you. Now, the PS is second most because someone opens an email, your subject line, the emojis or the number or the all caps gets them to open it. Now they scan through to see how long that email is. They got to decide, are they going to read that or not? And they're going to get to the bottom as they're scanning through, and they're like, okay, now I have an idea. Oh, wait, there's a PS here. Jay, who sent this email, he actually puts 2 PSs, a PS and a PPS. Then they get to the bottom like, oh, here's a little PS. This looks like it's interesting. So recap your call to action, your CTA in the PS if you can, and then that will intrigue them. They'll go back and they'll read it. Let me give you one more quick little tip about email deliverability and about open rates. So you might get if you're using MailChimp or whatever, and they might say, hey, you have an 80% open rate. You're like, oh, great. That does not mean 80% of the people are opening and reading your emails. So many email providers put a little invisible pixel in an email. And once that gets opened or looked at or whatever, then it registers, oh, that email was open. Now, a lot of other people put that invisible pixel at the very top of the email. So even as you start the morning, you're going through and you're deleting emails, you're swiping, you're clicking on the garbage can or trashing them, whatever, that can register that they were read because that little invisible is at the top. with Keap, we put that pixel lower down in the email because we want to give you a true representation. Did someone really consume that information? Are they really getting that and reading that and interested in that? So by putting it down a little lower, we give you a more true representation of who really is opening and reading and consuming your information. So don't be misled by sometimes it's like, we have 99% email deliverability and your open rate was 95% or whatever. That can be misleading. So don't necessarily take all that for gospel truth. Okay, that was your first part. Lack of consistent follow-up. Let me get to the second struggle that you have now. The second one is you've got an inefficient process. It is not scalable. You can't continue to grow and however you want to grow with the things that you've got in place right now. Let me introduce you to Heather. Heather is a single mom. She runs some marketing. She has some courses that she offers to people, but Heather was overwhelmed. She was trying to follow up with people, trying to make offers to people. She was working like nonstop every day. And then the stress that was causing, she wasn't able to spend the time with her kids and do the things that she really wanted to. Her business was taking over her life. And it was not the life that she wanted because she didn't have anything set up. She then realized the things that she can do if she automates. And she now uses Keap to automate some of the process. I'm going to walk you through an example that she does. She has several different things, including she has a course where she teaches someone how to use WordPress. Now, once again, you might not be like Will and you coach financial people. You might not be like Heather and you're selling courses. Regardless of what you do, I want you to just sort of insert yourself in here with whatever your product or offer is so you can catch the idea. So she says, okay, I got a course here. I'm going to teach you how to use WordPress. Would you like this? You can get started right now. Take someone to a landing page. Now, a landing page is a one-page website. You build landing pages inside of Keap. Everything I'm going to show you today are tools that are built inside of Keap. In addition to a CRM, you build landing pages in there. You have a scheduling booking link in there. You can take payments in there. You can schedule your emails to go out there, automate your internal tasks, all that stuff. So Heather says, let me take you to a landing page so I can tell you a little bit more about this. Here's what's in this course. I'm going to show you all these different things in the course. Landing pages can be as big as small as you want. We have a landing page building template that's built in there. And of course, she can now take payments in this as well. Someone says, okay, I want to sign up for the course. Now, she's excited that they're signing up for the course, but she really wants to make sure that they take that course, love that course, and tell other people about that course. She can sell one course, and that's not going to make that much of a difference. She's got to sell 100 courses. So she wants to make sure that this is successful as we move forward. So this is what an automated campaign looks like for her. So you can see over on the left, someone has purchased that. We're sort of in the middle lane there. Then we send that to the blue, like little blue stack. Those are a series of emails that go out to someone. And then you get sort of to the middle, and she wants to make sure that they actually take the course. And then she wants to make sure that they love the course. Those are the three little stacks of blue that she's got in there. Let's start with the first one. So she says, hey, thank you so much. I'm glad you're signing up. I'm going to teach you some amazing stuff. You can see down there, click here to access the membership area. And then, so it says, here's your how you access in, here's your password, here's your all that ID that you need. So that's automatically delivered to them. Heather is not having to send that. That's automatically generated and sent to her. Then here are the series of emails. Once again, remember you've seen this. There's the email and a timer, an email and a timer that just says, hey, make sure you log in and take the course. Hey, there's great stuff in there. Jumping in the course, just jump in. Make sure she wants to make sure they get in and they actually take the course so that they love doing that. So this is just a series of reminders to help them to do that. Once they do that, they get in there like, okay, I'm going to do this. I've gotten the course. She wants to remind them, keep taking the course. There's several different, installments here. So you got to log in every day for your module and learn more about it. So these are simply emails reminding them to get to the next module in the course. So it says just checking in, making sure things are going with the course that you're taking. If you've forgotten, here's your membership area, here's your password, here's your email address, here are all the things that you need to do to get in. So if they've forgotten them, she's just constantly reminding them. Here's how you can get in. I'm taking care of you every step of the way. And then she wants to make sure that they love it. So you can see in this line, It says apply a tag. That means they've completed the course. And then you can see in the middle, congratulations and next steps. And then toward the end, testimonial or feedback request. So those are two things she wants. Once somebody takes the course, she wants to make sure that they love it, they tell her great things, and they can tell other people as well. So the first email goes out, congratulations, you took the course. That's amazing. You finished it. What did you learn? And what would you like to learn next? Here's some next steps for you moving forward. Most people who did this, here's what the next step is they do. So in your mind, in your business, you do whatever your entry level product is. What is the next thing they do? And this automates them to get to the next thing. And then she also sends another email. What are some words you can give me? How did you enjoy the course? What would other people learn from this? So she's not having to send these herself. This is all happening through automation. If she sells one course, great. If she sells 100 courses or 1,000 courses, even better. It means absolutely no more work for her. All of the automation is going out, reminding people how to get in. She's automatically collecting referrals and recommendations and testimonials from everybody and amazing things. And she doesn't have to do anything. So now life is way better for her. Everything that she's got is set up and ready to go. She said, I've saved 20 hours each week. It's like having 2 additional employees. She doesn't have to worry about it. She says, it gives me time to be present and pleasant with my kids. When you automate these and turn things over to a system, a powerful system like Keap, then you don't have to worry about these anymore. Hope I'm giving you an idea, an overview on what you can do. So that's the second part. Let me get to the third and final one of the challenges that we want to talk about. There are not enough hours in the day, and you need another you. That's kind of a problem. Because how many times is that? Sort of like what Heather just said. This is like having another couple of employees. You want to make sure that you're not running out of time before you run out of things to do. Let me tell you about Annie. Annie is a financial planner. Now, Annie helps people in a couple different ways. She helps people in her financial planning. She tells people how to plan and invest and all that kind of stuff. She also wants to help other financial planners. So maybe that more like a coach. So if some of you are a coach or an advisor, a consultant, you might be able to relate sort of some of the stuff that Annie did. Annie did not have a big following. So sometimes people come to us and they say, oh, I love all this stuff. I just don't have a big database. I don't have a huge following. I'm sort of new here. Well, that's sort of what Annie was as well. And she came to us, she said, I want to help. She says, I do have a following on LinkedIn. Like, fantastic. Let's utilize the following that you have on LinkedIn. So from her posts on LinkedIn, she would make a post. She's decided now at this point, she has several different things. She's going to come up with a membership, but to start with, she's creating a mentorship. So she's going to mentor other financial planners. So once again, your advisor, counselor, consultant, coach, this is the kind of thing that you might be able to relate to. And she says, okay, here's the mentorship program. If you'd like to do this, she makes a little post and she says, if you'd like to sign up for my mentorship, she just puts that in one of the posts. She might make a video and she says, I'm introducing my new mentorship program and I'd love to have you be part of that. So she makes videos she puts on LinkedIn. She puts a post on LinkedIn, all driving people to, you can see right here, here's one of the posts she makes, and they're toward the bottom, join the Profit by Instinct mentorship program today, and there's a link. Now, when you click on that link, that takes you to a landing page that she has created simply to get people to the next step. So she didn't have a big database. She didn't have a huge following. She had some people, a core people, a group of people in LinkedIn. And from that, she now makes these posts and she says, just go to this. This is the landing page. By the way, Annie created this all herself. And the things that I'm showing you, I think she got all these things set up and created and started seeing results in 2 to 3 months. So I don't know where you're thinking you're gonna be in 2 to 3 months, but imagine yourself having a lot of this stuff in 2 to 3 months. Because if you think of where you were 2 to 3 months ago, it's probably pretty close to where you were right now, where you are right now. So let's jump you forward and see what we can do. So Annie just has a landing page. She says, join the program right now. If you'd like to learn more, here's some things you can do. Here's what's included in my mentorship program. Here's some of the things that it includes. If you'd like to, you can be part of the early bird offer. And someone says, yes, I want to be part of the bonus and get these extra bonuses and stuff. So they click on that little yellow button down there. And she's, okay, let me ask you some questions about you and what your business is like. This is helping her get information so she can segment them in her audience, in her database, and know how to follow up the right way. And so as this is coming in, she can now have different responses go out. If someone scored here, this is sort of like the score app kind of thing. Even if you don't have the score app, you're collecting the right information. These people are going to get this follow up. These people are going to get this follow up. And she says, hey, thanks. Your application's been submitted. I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know exactly what's happening. If your application is approved, you can see they're sort of in the middle. You're going to get a follow up email with your payment link. This is all built in, so she doesn't have to manually do this. And then she, even as she opens her membership, the same kind of thing where she can make a post. And you can see there sort of in the middle of the LinkedIn post, you can see the different LinkedIns. Those just take people to a landing page that she builds, and she can then collect the leads and follow up with people the right way. And there's the email. Hey, I filled out the form. And congratulations, your application has been approved. I'm excited to invite you to this 4-month mentorship program. And you can see at the bottom, click here to pay. Do you want the payment? Do you want to pay in full? That all connects through Keap. So she can take the payments, she can send invoices, she can send quotes, she can do all of that all inside of Keap. She says, I didn't have any of this months ago. If you want to take your business seriously, you need the right tools. She said, I need a team, and this is like a team to let me set it in advance and focus on people. So this is the idea. If you get to that point where you're like, I need another me, I need another assistant, I need someone else to help me, that's exactly where Annie was. And then she said, let me automate some of these things so that I don't actually have to do it. We talked about automation. I'm gonna diverge for just a second. We talked to some of our best experts at Keap, and we said, what's an idea of a perfect follow-up campaign? So this could be for any of the 3 things that I talked about, like I'm not following up the right way, or my business isn't scalable, I don't have the right tools in place, or I need more time in the day. If you're creating an automated campaign to go out for any of those things, here are the 5 steps, because the folks I talk to, the experts who watch this stuff and see how people are being successful and are engaging, have said, gone are the days of the what we call spray and pray. Just spray a bunch of emails. Just send as many emails as you can, as much as you can, and then just pray that something happens. Spray and pray is gone. Instead, we need to be a little more focused, a little more customized so that people do stuff. People don't want to get emails just regardless of whatever it is and just all day long getting emails. So if you get a lead that comes in, you have 5 minutes to reply to that email. If you wait longer than 5 minutes, that email is starting to go cold. So you could do that with a WhatsApp message, integrating with WhatsApp. You could send a quick email out that could instantly do that. So send instantly, within 5 minutes, your first response. That merely the first message is, remember, there are 5 messages here. The first message is purely, got it. I see it. Thanks. I'm going to get you more information in a second. So then a little bit later, maybe an hour later, but the same day, but the first one is, watch your inbox. I'm going to send you some more information. So then that same day, maybe an hour later, the first email goes out. This is message number 2, the first email that says, hey, here's what I'd like to be able to do. How I'd like to be able to help you. Introduce your call to action in that first email, whatever that call to action is. Buy a ticket to my event, buy my program, buy this product that I have, join my group, whatever that is, introduce the call to action to them so that they know where this is going. The third message is another email on day 2. That needs to build trust. So send out a testimonial, some social proof of someone that you've helped, a case study of somebody. So people say, oh, this is real, this is valid, this isn't just someone making up stuff. So that's the third message. The fourth message is adding a little bit of an element of time speed here. Like, this is going to expire. This isn't going to be around forever. This is a limited time offer, and include a calendar link. If you'd like to book time, if you have questions, jump on my calendar link right now. That's the fourth message. And then the fifth message comes anywhere between day 7 and 10, that basically says, I understand if it's not the right thing. I don't want to bug you. You're sort of closing the door and walking away respectfully, saying, I can still engage with you. You're still on my list. I'll still be in touch. But this is going away. Clearly, this wasn't right for you. Now, if someone was on the fence, this final message, message number 5, makes them think, oh, I got to do this. I was meaning to do this 3 days ago. I better jump on this right now. Those 5 messages are what we have found is currently a system, a sequence, a follow-up, a campaign, a little funnel that is working. Those 5 messages, immediate in 5 minutes, same day, the first message with the call to action, then adding some building trust with a case study or a testimonial, adding a time element on day about 3 to 5 with your calendar link, and then day 7 to 10 saying, I'm starting to close the door. If it's not right, I'll still be in touch. So there's some ideas for you moving forward. That's sort of an ideal thing for you. Those are the top 3 challenges we're talking about. Hopefully we've covered something that helps you. Your thing. You had a lack of consistent follow-up. I showed you how to do that. And not just how to do it, but how to do it with automation so you're not physically having to do that. We talked about inefficient processes that are not scalable. You need to make sure that whatever you're using is going to be good for one business, customer, process, transaction, or 100 transactions. And then how to just have more hours in the day. You're not really going to get more hours, but you can get more done when you turn some of those things over to systems or processes that can do that work for you. Those are the 3 challenges. And hopefully we've shown you how to solve all of those. So now in your mind, you're like, okay, I love all this. How do I get this for my business? I want to walk you through this because we put together some stuff that is not available for most people. This is what we call the Ideas Fest Marketing Bundle. The whole Keap and Ideas Fest and Frankie have all come together building this partnership. And we have been working for months on this, creating something that is going to be specialized with resources and bonuses and incentives that are not available to other people, but are available to you. Let me tell you a little bit about this. First of all, remember that slide I showed you at the beginning? I said that's Jamie right there. That is Jamie right there. In addition, Jamie was at Ideas Fest with us, meeting a lot of people and talking to people. He lives over in the Midlands, maybe down in the Cotswolds area. Jamie is one of our marketing experts. And we are going to assign Jamie to be your personal marketing automation expert. So everybody who signs up for Keap, Jamie will sit down with you. He'll do a Zoom call. You're going to get 4 one-hour coaching sessions with Jamie. So you're going to say, hey, I've got a coaching program. I teach people how to ride horses. I'm selling a new kind of coffee bean. Whatever it might be, Jamie will find out what that is, and then he will help you, or he will build automation to help you do that. Guaranteed, you will get at least 2 automations created and built in your account. Maybe it's a lead capture. Maybe it's a short-term nurture. Maybe it's book a consultation. Whatever it is that you and Jamie come up with, he will build for you and show you what's happening. Our goal, you can see there over on the left, our goal is to help you make more money in 30 days or less. Jamie's going to do that. The normal cost on that, screaming deal, normally it's much more than that, would be $299. We then are going to give you all of the tools inside of Keap that you can use for all these things. You're going to get some of the tools I've talked about, your CRM, your email marketing, unlimited landing pages, automation, pipeline tools, so you can track people in different stages, your scheduling tool to book people, let people book appointments with you. There's Keap AI that will write campaigns for you and put them in campaigns. You can take the payments in there. All of that. Normally, a year's worth of Keap is £269 annually. You can do monthly as well. I'll cover that in just a second. And then going forward, you have our support. This is something no one else does. You will be assigned a specific personalized customer success manager who will know you and you will know them. So not only do other companies not even offer customer support, we offer personalized customer support. So your person might be Sandy at Keap, and then you'll call into Sandy, or Sandy will check in with you. And over the course of the first year, Sandy will check in occasionally, say, how's this going? Let's tweak this. Let's customize this a little bit more. You're going to get a devoted CSM, customer success manager or success coach, who will be your guide moving forward. So Jamie's got you for the first 1-hour coaching sessions, and then your customer success coach We'll help you moving forward after that. So if you're adding up the cost on that, the year's worth of Keap is about $26.99. That one-on-one coaching with Jamie is a one-time payment of $299. So the total cost would be, you can get all of this and get signed up for under 3,000 pounds to have basically an entire extra employee working for you. But as great of a deal as that is, you don't have to worry about that because we're partnered with Ideas Fest and the whole Ideas community. We pulled some extra strings, so you're not paying 3,000 pounds. It's a one-time payment of just 1,500 pounds. A little more than like 100 pounds a month, basically, is what that amounts to. You're going to get it for half price. You don't have to worry about full price. You're getting this at a screaming deal. And the first part was a screaming deal, and now you're getting a screaming deal on top of the screaming deal. I'm adding some extra bonuses in here for you as well. So you're going to get 1,000 extra contacts in your database. So your database goes from, instead of 1,500, you're going to get 2,500, and you're getting that free. You'll never have to pay extra for that because you're getting signed up now. It's going to be for free. We're going to help you with migration. So if you say, oh, I've already got some systems set up on Active Campaign or MailerLite or something, we'll rebuild that for you. We'll give you 15 hours worth of our team's work to rebuild it from scratch for you inside of Keap. So you don't have to worry about that. Do not let that stand in the way. Like, oh, it sounds great, but I have this other stuff. We got you covered. We got that taken care of. And then one of the most exciting parts is we've got 5 free campaigns that you're going to get with Jamie. So we'll load those into your account. You'll be able to sit down with Jamie and say, hey, this might be good. We've analyzed what we think are the 5 best campaigns out there. People signing up for a free newsletter, a new lead capture, or some kind of a nurture campaign. You'll be able to get those, and Jamie will get those activated. Even if you say, hey, I want to do something else, he'll build something else for you. But you've got 5 free campaigns. Normal cost on those is at least 1,000 pounds for a campaign. You're getting, by the way, the free migration is about 5,000 pounds for that. You're getting all of that, like another 10,000 pounds worth of value, all completely free. Here are the 5 campaigns that I mentioned to you. So you're going to get a new lead nurture. You're going to get a customer satisfaction survey. So this is sort of like I showed earlier. Hey, did you like what we did? Are you good? Are you good with that? Ask them for responses on that. A lead magnet offer, a contact us, or a newsletter sign up. These are 5 campaigns that the majority of people find the most helpful. We're getting them to you. You've got all those. And the best part is, I don't want you to worry at all about any kind of risk. You have a 90-day money-back guarantee. You get signed up. You import some contacts. You do your 4 coaching sessions with Jamie. You run an automation. And then you see what it's like. You give it a try. You like take it for a test drive and see, yeah, is this working? Is this something like, and if it's what you're thinking, fantastic. If it's not what you're thinking, don't worry. Like, hey, this isn't exactly what I was thinking. We give you all your money back. As long as you sign up by tomorrow night at midnight American time. So you actually have more. You can even wake up early Wednesday and be able to probably take advantage. As long as you sign up before then and give it an honest shot, you get a 90-day money back guarantee. You have absolutely no risk at all. If anything in your mind, well, I've been talking like, that sounds good. Get signed up. Do this. See how much better your life and your business will be. All you have to do is go to keap.com/ideas. When you go to keap.com, take a picture of this, screenshot this, jot it down, open a tab on your laptop, whatever you need to do. I'll pop it up again in a second. Keap.com/ideas. When you go there, you can see a page right there. It says, hey, Ideas Fest, fuel your business minute with Keap software, all the things we can do for you. You'll scroll down a little bit more. There's Frankie there talking about it. It lists some of the things you can see over there on the left. Choose up to 5 pre-built automations, the ones I just walked through and showed you. At the bottom of the page, there are 2 options. So if you're like, I love this, I don't have 1,500 pounds liquid right now to be able to do this, you can click on the monthly payment plan. And when you do that, that's great. We're gonna give you a discount off your first 2 months anyway, and I'm gonna give you a discount off the implementation. So this is stupid smart here right here. You'll be charged $217 today and then $135 each month after that. So if you want to do a monthly option, great option. $217 the first month, $135 each month after that. But if you say I want to save a little bit more money, I'm committed, I'm doing this, I got a money back guarantee, click on the annual payment plan. You'll save a little bit more. You just make one payment of 1,500 pounds. You'll never pay anything more. That gives you extra contacts, that gives you your campaigns, that covers your implementation completely, that covers your migration, that covers your coaching, your success coach, all of that. A one-time payment for a complete year of everything Keap can do for you for 1,500 pounds. So remember, if you want to take advantage of the money back guarantee, that goes until tomorrow at midnight. You can still, let me go back. Oh, you see at the very bottom of the page over on the right? So it says Keap 90-day money back guarantee. Janae, who's on here answering questions, if any of you are in chat or in the Q&A asking questions, Janae will wake up. She'll get up maybe at midnight or whatever on Tuesday. She will take that off. So if you get on there and that's gone, that means Janae went in and she took it off anymore. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. But if you get on there, make sure that's on there and you click that. And then you have peace of mind. You don't have to worry at all. You got the greatest tool in the world. Keap, that's been around for 25 years, automating small businesses. You've got it to work for you. And you have a money back guarantee. That'll expire Tuesday at midnight. So if you have any questions, there, once again, keap.com/ideas. That's the page to go to. There is my personal cell phone. I was going to say, yeah, that's my personal cell phone. You can WhatsApp me. You can call me. You can probably, if you're over in the UK, don't call me. I'm not picking up your long distance calls. If you have any questions, Janae and I will both be on that ta@keap.com email address. So you can shoot emails with us if you have specific questions. If you started a conversation with Janae, you're trying to follow up, just continue it there. ta@keap.com, phone number. But the most important thing is keap.com/ideas. David, hopefully we covered everything. We got people to have a vision of what they can do, getting the right tools in place, automating their processes, automating lead capture, automating follow-up, automating growing their business. And people got a vision of that and they're all excited about it. Anything else we need to cover? Any more questions we need to cover?
Well, Joe, Darin, whatever the coffee that you have in Utah, I want some of that. The energy was absolutely fantastic. Thank you ever so much for everything.
I'll
This
I'll tell you, I'll tell you, you sort of know it is not coffee. I'm grabbing right over here. Where'd it go? I've got my supply of Tesco milk chocolate, and I'm surviving on that. That's what gives me my energy every morning.
So firstly, thank you so much. And as you said, the partnership between Ideas and with Keap is so important for us to kind of be able to share this with our community because we work with so many entrepreneurs across the country, and we know the importance of having, good organized follow-up and good organized data. And it's one of those things that as you build your business, oftentimes you bolt lots of things together, and it's a bit like spaghetti, and being able to bring it under one house is such a game changer for people. Um, we have got, so if you want some questions, guys, if you want to use a Q&A, or if you could raise your hand, I don't know why I'm doing it physically, I can't see you. There's a little button that says raise hand. If you want to raise your hand, I'll come to you with to cover that question off, and then Darin can or Janae can answer. If I'm going to see any of the hands go up, let me see. I'm looking at you. So if there are no hands going up right now, I'm going to start with a question, Darin, because you kind of covered this towards the end, and it was one of the things that I'm always really fascinated by because, rightly or wrongly, a lot of people start their when they start their business, they end up in spreadsheets, right? So they end up with Google Sheets or they end up with Excel files, and that's not what they're designed for, but that's where we end up. Do you have, you said about this migration, how long would that take and what would that process look like?
So we have a whole team. So two things are happening when somebody signs up. By the way, an anonymous person just says because they integrate with Score App. So make sure we
Yeah,
cover that.
yeah, we
Um,
will.
so two things happen when you sign up. So first of all, we say, hey, Jamie, personal, real person, and we'll say Jennifer signs up. Jamie, you get with Jennifer, and Jamie and Jennifer normally they'll do 4 1-hour calls. Those normally happen one a week over the course of the first month. That first call, then Jennifer says, by the way, I got some stuff over here built in whatever platform, and I've got some landing pages and some emails. And Jamie's like, okay, let me get on that right now. And so then he'll get a hold of the people and say, I got a migration job. They'll get in, they'll start to work on that. So normally by the time the second call, the second week is done, then Jennifer's stuff is migrated and they can move forward. So it's a separate team. Jamie doesn't actually physically do it. He'll call our specialist migration team and they'll do it. And normally that'll happen within a week after it's all submitted and everything's migrated and moved over and rebuilt.
Because I think it's always one of those things, isn't it, that people they put off, they put it off, put it off, put it off because they're thinking, oh, it's going to take ages. So that's really, really useful to know.
And I'll,
Um,
I'll just mention as well, there are two things. If someone has something that they have built, so you've built a landing page, you've built a funnel, you've built stuff, that's what we migrate. If you have just contacts in spreadsheets or something, those are like that you can just download that as a CSV file. We can help you with that. We can do that and import it into your Keap app. So that doesn't even count for your 15 hours of migration. That's just importing contacts. So you can get a whole lot more done that way too.
okay, so we've got two, we've got three coming up now. Okay, so let's go. This is why I love it when the questions come. Brilliant. First one, is there a cap on the number of emails you can send per month? Which is a great question.
Um, I might need to default to Janae on that. There for a long time was
Janae is
not.
typing. Janae is
Yeah.
typing. She's answering that
I,
Yes.
question
I was gonna
forward.
type, but I forgot I can go off mute too. So exciting.
It's nice to hear your voice,
Uh,
Janae.
I know. Hello, everyone. I'm not gonna go on camera because I was not anticipating being on camera. So, okay. So the number of emails you send, we do have a email overage. What it is though is you have to be sending. So there's two different criteria. You have to meet both in order to acquire email overages. One of the criteria is you have to be sending 250,000 emails a month, and you have to be
David's eyeballs just popped out of his head. He's like, wow, that's a
yeah,
lot of emails. Yeah. Okay. Go
and
ahead.
it is a lot of emails, as opposed to some of our competitors we won't name drop. But and you have to be sending 10 emails per sending contact. So what that means is, let's just say you have a list of 500 and you send to 500 people in that sending month, right? Then you would have to be sending, at least each of them would have to be getting over 10 emails each in order for that 250 to apply. And your customer success managers are very trained on this. We have, I wouldn't say like cheats, but we have workarounds, right? So if you are a high email sender and you're like, how do I avoid this to the best of our ability? They have resources and things for you to try and make the most of that. So hopefully that helps.
Thanks, Janae. And the reason I opened my eyes is that, we work with 100,000 businesses across the UK, and we do send that kind of volume. So we do see those numbers on a regular basis, but it's really good to know that you have capacity.
And like you said, you'd have to do both of those. You'd have to send more than
And
250,000,
do that.
and you'd
Yeah.
have to send, yeah. So the number of people who do overages, like nobody. It very, very, very rarely happens.
Okay, so next, can this replace my scheduling tool or scheduling tool, as you might say over there, or my click funnels?
Yes. So if you have a scheduling tool or a scheduling tool, like a Calendly, it sort of depends on functionality. If you're looking, Keep's calendar booking tool is great for one-on-one appointments. If you're I don't know, like you have a dance studio or you're teaching karate or something like that, and you've got 20 different classes, and people say it's not that functionality. But if it's like someone just booking an appointment with you to have a consultation, one person booking an appointment with you one-on-one, yes, it can replace that. If you want to there's some other functionalities like a Calendly might have that they're tricky and intricate, but as a general rule, Keap would be able to replace those if you're just using simple basic stuff.
So that's a great saving as well, right?
Wait, what was that?
That's a great saving because if
Yes.
you're using, and this is the thing that people sometimes miss, and it's definitely something when I first started my first business that I had all these different tools, and actually when I took the price of all the ones I was using, coming in house and doing it under one roof was actually pretty more cost effective.
Yeah. It is not uncommon for someone to come and add up all the things like, oh, not only am I getting better tools with Keap, I'm actually saving 100 pounds or something. And same with ClickFunnels. It sort of just depends on what you're using ClickFunnels for. Inside of Keap, you can build landing pages. You can connect landing pages together. You can trigger emails that go out to people to drive people to those things. You can take payments through those things. So, yeah, many times people find they can replace. I hate to, I don't disparage any other platforms out there, but many times you can find you can replace ClickFunnels or Calendly or other tools with the functionality you have in Keap and the fact that it's all together in one place.
Sonia is, I mean, I know Janae's answering this question, but Sonia's just asked a really, really good question. Um, Particularly for people who are kind of new to getting into email marketing or really kind of ramping up their email marketing. So first, she says, thank you for the excellent session. So I just want to pass that on. but you covered it briefly. But is there anything else I can do to make sure my emails don't land in spam? This does seem to happen, even though I've sorted out my DMARC record. So that's the bit of technical jargon. Work with a clean database and have an opt-in by customers. So I know
Yeah.
Janae's going to probably be typing that up a really robust answer there, but do you want to just
I was
cover that?
working on it, but then I stopped. So I don't know if we would rather just answer it. And Darin, let me know if you want me to help with this one too.
I'll give a couple tips, and Janae can add some couple tips as well. It all comes down oftentimes to your email reputation, your sender reputation. And that's going to come down to three main things: bounce rate, spam complaints, and engagement. Bounce rate and spam rate or spam complaints are bad. Engagement is good. So you want to keep your spam complaints less than 0.1%. You want to keep your bounce rate less than 2 to 5%. And with Keap, you can install an email health widget on your dashboard so you can see, where am I standing? Am I in good standing? Have I not had any spam complaints? Have I not had, what's my bounce rate? And you can also tell your engagement. You can see how well people are engaged. The more, once again, it comes down to the better subject line, better keywords that you can get someone to open emails. That will, because it's not, Keap isn't the one who goes and puts it in the inbox of the person. That's the Gmail, the Outlook, or the Yahoo. And they look at your emails, a couple different things. Oh, see, I could do like 4 hours just on this alone. They
Okay,
look at
keep
your
yes
emails
on that
and
one.
they say, Sonia, you're sending a bunch of emails to people who haven't opened. And so we think that some of your stuff is junky or spammy. So we're going to send more of your stuff to junk and spam because some of your people aren't opening. So if you have people who haven't opened in 90 days, get them off your list because they're hurting your ability to get into other email boxes. So clean up your list, do whatever you can to get better engagement. Oh, I'll mention quickly the 9-word email. A 9-word email, I know I'm trying to, don't want to run too long. A 9-word email is simply 9 words. You put their name as the subject line, that'll get them to open it, and then 9 words. Did you still want to talk about coaching? Are you still coming to the event? Whatever that is, that'll get them to read it. Remember, that invisible pixel shows up because it's a short email, shows they've read that, and there's a better chance they'll reply to that. So that will increase your open rates, increase your engagement, that will increase your email reputation, and then keep your spam and bounce rates low. Janae, what else did you have?
I mean, you pretty much nailed it. But the one thing I wanted to say too, and similar to Darin, is I could talk on this. There's so much to this. It's kind of a nerdy subject that's really fun. But something that's very cool is all of our CSMs are fully trained on this. So they are trained to have this conversation. They have an entire dashboard that they can pull reporting directly from Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, all of the things, and they can help make sure that you are getting the attention you need to make sure your emails are landing in people's inboxes. So that is just something I would add on to what Darin had mentioned.
Just to say, guys, those points are absolute gold. Absolute gold, because this is the thing when people, they don't understand cleaning lists. I've hammered on about that for a long time. But yeah, so thank you for that. I'm gonna wrap 2 questions in one. So I've got 2 questions here. Is the promotion for 1 user? And what is the offer again? And when does it expire? So if you want to just wrap those up for me.
Comes with, by the way, yes, we integrate with ScoreApp. Perfect integration. Yes, it comes with 2 users, so you can have 2 users. Technically, 2 people could even be the same user if you have to have 2 people sharing it. We don't encourage that, but yeah. So you'll have 2 users, 2 logins that can be unique login for the account. There was a second part for the what was the second part? It was what's the offer? Is that the offer, and when's it good till?
What is the offer again, and when does it
Yeah.
expire?
The offer is, we're going to put our arms around you. We're going to grab you. We're going to hug you tightly and take care of you and automate your business. We're going to give you a implementation, 4 hours of one-on-one coaching session. We're going to give you all that Keap has to offer, the emails and the CRM and the pipelines and the scheduling tool, everything Keap has, you have all that. You're going to get a full year of that and free implementation for £1,500. One-time payment, £1,500. If you need to do monthly, we'll cut your implementation in half and even give you half off the first couple of months, and it's going to scream and deal that way too. So when you go to keap.com/ideas, there are options for both the monthly and the annual. You save a little more money with the annual, but the monthly is still great. You get a money back guarantee until tomorrow at midnight US time. So early in the morning, Wednesday in the UK. And that means if anything happens within 90 days, you get all your money back. If you miss that deadline, you will still be able to sign up. You can still get that 1,500 deal, or the other 135 a month with a half implementation, you can still get that promotion that will still be there for a little bit longer, but you just won't have the money back guarantee. So if you're going to sign up, please do it sooner so you at least have that peace of mind and don't have to worry about it. But yeah, so a couple more days for the money back guarantee. And then that's the phenomenal deal you find at keap.com/ideas.
I've just popped that in into the so for the person who asked, so it's an anonymous attendee, so I don't know who it is, but I've popped that into you and sent you that live link, so you've got that. So yeah, all I'd like to say, it's been phenomenal value. Darin, you've been absolutely fantastic, and I've really enjoyed it. I like Janae a little bit. I'm a little bit geeky, so this really appealed to me. And all I want to say from our side is thank you so much for all of your support. We love this partnership. We love working with you guys. And we know that it's so valuable to all the businesses we work with. One of the things you didn't point out, and we're just going to run towards time now, but you guys work from everyone who's really small all the way up to, I know you work with multi-million pound businesses as well. So really there is a solution or part of your product line for every single person that is within our community. And yeah, we just want to say a big thanks again for coming and joining us.
Thanks so much. We love the partnership as much as you do. We love being together and helping everybody in your community.
Thanks, guys.